All right, we are live. It is hard to believe that it's already been a week since, that stream. Yeah, the big stream. But we are back. We are live. I have my partner in crime here with me tonight, which is good because I don't want to talk the whole time again. I guess we are.
I don't think I could have talked last week anyway. I'd have probably been here like this.
I think you made the right choice not coming in because it was pretty hectic. But thank you, Victor Claudio. Appreciate the heads up.
Everybody's here tonight. Lady Rorschach, What's World, Claudia, Mindy, Silver Creek the Pies. Hey, everybody.
I do. Well, that sounded rude the way you said Anzen.
I only talked to her like 5 minutes.
Audio oddly choppy on my end. I don't know. I don't know about that, but we will. Hopefully, that's not an issue. Since you had a stream that had a great signal. Anyway, okay. Look, we do have a zombie fish story to talk about. The thumbnail is absolutely not clickbait. Promise. Click.
When you say it's not clickbait, then everybody's going to say, this is clickbait.
We have a story of a fish that came back from the dead. What is a zombie? When you
Nobody can hear me.
uh,
A good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know why your microphone would be off. Do a mic check. It's working on this end. That doesn't make any sense. Let me see if. No, there's no buttons on there. But that's not a real button. Yeah, everything's plugged in. Let's see. It might be this cord here. Shouldn't be, but it could be. Now this went out. Hope we didn't lose the internet there. But did that make a difference? We'll have to see. It's crackling really bad. See, that is weird because my microphone was doing that. Or no, it's not doing that. The computer was doing that before. And I don't know what to do about it. I mean, like people are literally texting me now and everything. I'm aware there is a problem, everybody, but I don't know what to do. About the only thing no, and the you're so silly.
Can you hear me now? Anybody?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do because everything's hooked up exactly the same way it always is. This is gonna, that's gonna drop. I don't know. There's nothing to do. I don't think there is the option of not using the. I mean, we can use the laptop microphone. Let's see what that does. That's gonna be fun. No, not these microphones. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Okay, now you're back. Now here we go. Okay, so I've switched the microphone input, and now, of course, my camera's not coming on. But can you hear Lisa now?
Can you hear me now?
Hopefully there's my camera. So there we go. Can you hear us now? I bet you it sounds real good because
Really?
it's going to pick up everything. The sound is going to be Audio's good.
For me too.
This is literally unwatchable. Please make it work. What do you think I'm doing here? Can you hear Lisa? That's the question, because she's behind the camera. A little bit, Lisa. So you're basically going to have to move over here. Because no, the microphone, that's not even hooked up anymore. You're going to have to come over here, and we'll have to share a camera. So this is how we'll do it.
This is how we do it, baby.
Take your time. There's only 638,000 people watching right now.
Oh, what do I do? Is my camera still on?
No. All right. Bear with us here for a second, folks, while we wait for Lisa to come over here and sit.
A chair, John. Duh.
And I suppose I can turn this. Let me get a good view on this. I've always said technology is a beautiful thing until it's not.
There, I think.
So the computer's microphone is turned up full blast, and I think it takes about 15 seconds. I think the delay is about 15 seconds before you all will. This is what happens when you mess with Father Fish. Wasn't no messing with Father Fish. Whip, that was a channel member, so let's not do that. Yeah. So there we are. Now we're both on the screen together.
I think he's just being silly.
Which is something that we haven't done in a long time. But hey, we do what we got to do. Like somebody said, the show must go on. And the cool thing is, Gizmo.
Is he out?
He's going to be swimming right in Lisa's.
That's my buddy. Now I've got to get used to the camera there.
Yeah, it's not going to be that one.
Yeah, I guess I could still look at it if I want to. It just would look funny.
Get this out of the way so it doesn't put a big old shadow on my head. All right, so here we are now. Yay, this is always so much fun. Put a black line between the two of you. Yeah, that's funny. If I had something to do that, I would do it. And then nobody would even know. So, okay. Poor Whip, you get blamed for it. Stop looking at the chat, John. You got stuff to talk about here tonight.
Yeah, stop looking at the chat.
I forgot to look at something. I have to do this while we're talking. Last week, I mentioned the North Finn giveaways that we're going to be doing at Aquashella, that we are going to be doing. We have gotten confirmation of said giveaway, and I am trying to find the email where they sent me exactly what is in there so that, oh, daggone it, that's not it, so that I can tell you exactly what foods we're going to have to give away at the show. And this is very exciting because it's a lot. They didn't just send one food, and it's already sent. Like, it's on its way to Texas now. It's going to be stored at the Aquashella storage facility place. And I can't find the email, but I here it is. Here it is. Okay. So, I got to be honest, folks. We are extremely lucky people, are we not?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I'm lucky to be married to you. You married to me, not so
lucky.
much. But we're very lucky to be in the position that we're in, to be able to do stuff like this.
Can we do it tonight too?
You
Giveaway.
spoiled it. You spoiled it.
Oh.
You spoiled the whole thing. Yes, we will.
Okay.
But I want to... Somebody who's good at their job would have done this before we started.
Oh.
But I'm doing it now, because I'm not good at my job. Northfin not only is sending us a ridiculous amount of food to give away at Aquashella, but they also sent us a bunch of samples for us to try out foods that we haven't tried yet. And there's one. Okay, and I'll just, okay, that's how I'll do it. They sent us this massive box of food. And it's for us to use, it's for us to do whatever we want to do with it. We can give it away, we can use it. Even if we feed our fish for a year and a half with all this food, we would still have some left to give away. So we're going to do that. You spoiled it. We're going to do that tonight.
I
We're
was
going to give away
excited.
some
I
food.
can't help it.
I don't blame you. It is exciting.
I like
But-
to do giveaways. Oh,
He sent me a list of what they sent to Aquashella. And I want to tell you what those things are that we're giving away at Aquashella. We're going to have 6 different types of food. The first one is one that I do not have a sample here because they made them specifically for the Aquashella show, which is the Bug Pro. I don't know how many of each of these they're sending. I don't think he sent me. It doesn't matter. I don't think he sent me the numbers of them, but I think it's roughly 250-ish of each of these, with the exception of this one, which is the Northfin Marine. You know what that means, right? That's for
it's
that
not,
tank.
Yeah, not for like the ones in the military.
Right. So this is a 1mm pellet. They're marine pellet. They sent fewer of these because we're going to get fewer saltwater people coming to
Right.
the booth. So there will be some of that for my saltwater friends that come in to the booth. Krill Pro, no brainer. I have a big old bag of it. It's not on camera. It's over there that
I
I'm
like
feeding.
the flakes a lot.
We're not going to have flakes to give away.
I know,
but
but
we're going to talk about the flakes.
Yeah, because that's a really cool container.
We learned something about the flakes this week. That's really cool. So Krill Pro Marine, the Beta Bits. Actually, they have 2 beta pellets. They have the Beta Bits and the Super Beta, and we're going to have both of those. I just couldn't find the little sample of Super Beta that we have. But these are the Beta Bits. Yes, there is a difference between the two, and I will have all of that information at the show. I have it now, but I'm not doing an advertisement for the differences in all of the foods right now. I'm just telling you what we're going to have. If you come to Aquashella, we're going to give you one. Now, we're not giving every single person all 6 samples.
Right.
It's going to be one of those deals where it's like, hey, what kind of fish do you keep? Oh, you keep betas? Here you go. That's how it's going to be. For us, ever since we picked up Northfin, the biggest seller that we've had, and I've been meaning to ask the guy at Northfin, my contact up there, if this is the #1 seller in their entire line. I think it probably is, and that is the community pellets. We cannot keep these. As soon as we get them, they go. So we do have, I'm just letting you know this, we have a new way that we're able to get this food, which has been the #1 problem that we've had, not with the brand, but the accessibility to the brand. There was only certain places we could get it from, and they didn't do a good enough job, not Northfin, but the distributors didn't do a good enough job making it available to us. So we would be able to order like 12 of the
Right.
community, and then they would sell in a day and a half, and we wouldn't have any left. So, but we've got all of it coming now, including some that we've never had on the website before, like the arowana pellets, which is very, very similar, but better, of course, to the jumbo carna sticks from Hikari, which I'm excited about because I feed that to my Oscars and Severums, and I'm going to switch to the arowana when I get that, and I'm going to talk to them about renaming that to something not specific to arowana, because then people only buy it for arowanas.
Yeah, maybe for like bikers.
Well, they're not sinking, so bikers. I mean, bikers can still eat it, but they're more. they like the food that comes down to them. At least mine do. So there you go. Marine, Beta Bits, Super Beta, Community, Krill Pro, and Bug Pro.
Can we talk about the flakes? Are my
We're going to
favorite.
have all of those. Do you want to talk about it, or you want me to?
No, I want to talk about the flakes.
You want me to give you the first example, the one that we've already shown before?
This is this one? Oh, brand new. Oopsies.
Whatever.
I open it, but it won't go to waste because my discus eat this like crazy. Okay, so it comes in a bucket like this big. Can you see it? Oh yeah, there. Yeah, it's pretty large. But the cool thing is these flakes are giant. And when I put them in my discus tank, they just gobble it up. They'll like suck it in and then spit it out a little bit and then suck it back in because that's just how discus eat.
And she's not just cherry picking the flakes, they're all that way.
Yeah. Well, the only downside to the krill flakes is that you would only be able to get them in a bucket this big, and not everybody wants a bucket of krill flakes that big. So Northfin decided to
No, let me clarify. They did not decide. This has always been available. It's just the distributors that we deal with, again,
didn't carry
not being
it.
good at their jobs, they did not have these.
Oh, so they have little containers now. Aren't they cute? And I had like an empty one, so I filled it up with other food, and you can just use them for other things when you're not when you're done. I mean, I wouldn't go as far as using it for leftovers in the house, but they're really good.
Through the dishwasher, you'll be fine. Why not?
I mean, I guess you could, but you can use it around the fish house or your fish room, or if you have a fish house, for just all kinds of stuff.
And in case you're curious, this is 2.2 ounces of flakes, and it's the same. This one's not open, is it? They're the same big flakes, and then this one is 12.3 ounces. So this is the big one. This is an expensive. This is like $30. I mean, this is a pretty expensive, gigantic can of fish food.
And it'll
This
go.
one is significantly cheaper, and it's significantly less. So
If you have a large fish room, like multiple tanks, I would get the big one just to have. But I don't know. I think it's good to get smaller amounts of variety of food because fish food goes, it goes bad after a while too. So unless you have a really large fish room, stick with your average size.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot more content coming out in the future about Northfin because I'm spending a lot of time with them, and they are giving me education that I was not aware I did not have before. And so I'll be able to share all of that with you. You'll be able to share it with the audience. Everybody will. It's going to be awesome. So listen, if you are on the fence about whether or not you want to go to Aquashella, we just made your decision for you. You get to go there, hang out with us at the new Media Lounge. It's not called the YouTube booth anymore because that's cheesy. Now it's called the Media Lounge. This place is going to be very different from what you've seen in past Aquashellas. Let me tell you how. Then this is all stuff that is being planned by me. I'm not the head of it, but I'm just a part of it. Science Gal Aquatics is part of it. She's kind of like the head of it. Jason from Primetime Aquatics. James.
Carrie is like y'all's boss.
Carrie is like the headmistress of the whole thing.
She's the boss.
That's not a bad word, is it?
I don't know, but please don't say offensive things because I don't need to read that in the comment section anymore about how you're offending fat shaming and
Everybody.
Man stuff.
When did I fat shame?
You fat shamed because you used the example of lazy people having bellies over the pajama pants.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
I did say that. Yes, I did. And then I was
who did you use as an example of the pajama pants? Was it Rainbow Bright?
Yes.
That really bothered me, and I'm offended by that because that's my girl.
Yeah, and then I got confused wondering if it was Rainbow Bright or Strawberry Shortcake.
And I love strawberry shortcake too, so please let's just not
Yeah.
use the ones I like.
I'm very sorry for offending you.
I would like it
because-
if next time you use GI Joe.
That's fine. I did change it to Deadpool. But anyway, yeah, I've become a professional at offending people.
Yeah. So
But
let's be very cautious of how you talk tonight.
yeah, so James from Fish Room Fever, as well as Chattanooga Ed. So it's all of us. We get together weekly and we talk about what we're going to do at Aquashella. And we have some really cool plans. But part of it has been changing up the booth to not make it this black hole of the show. And it's been real unfortunate. We've all looked at it like, man, this has not turned out to be what it's supposed to be, which is supposed to be a place where we're all hanging out. We're all, whether we're collaborating on videos or we're just interacting with our audience or whatever it is, there isn't a whole lot of that because the booth was not very welcoming. Well, this year, it's going to be the opposite of that. Instead of it just being this wide open space, there's going to be, I think it's 8 aquariums in there.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, what kind?
I haven't told you that. You're scaping one of them. So
I am.
we are. So that's what I was going to get to next.
Oh.
The tanks that are in there, there's going to be saltwater, there's going to be a reptile one, and then there's going to be a bunch of freshwater ones. They're all going to be scaped by, not us. We're going to do one, but Jason and Joanna are going to do one. They're talking to some other names that I don't know if it's 100% confirmed. One of the names that I had suggested was George Farmer, but he just told me the other day he's not going to be there. So that's unfortunate. But there's going to be some heavy hitters in there. And one of them, I don't know if he's going to be scaping a tank, but he's going to be there. It is confirmed. It's all booked. It's all ready to go. Someone who has never done...
Is it who I think it is?
Yes, never done an event. Please let me, because you're being rude. You want to spoil the surprise. I want to...
I knew before you because I found out in the car ride.
So then okay, you should be the one that says it then.
You could say it. It's fine.
Mark Davis is making the trip over the big pond and going to bless us with his presence at Aquashella. If that name doesn't sound familiar to you, it's because you know him as MD Fish Tanks.
Yes.
I'm super excited about it. I've had many conversations with him online, but never in person. He has sent me clips to use in videos of him, like what was that series called? Simple Fish Keeping?
Okay, yeah.
He was a part of that. He's a great guy. I'm really looking forward to actually meeting him in person. That's going to be a lot of fun. So now he's going to be there with his sponsor. So he's not going to be in the booth the entire time, but he is going to be spending some time with us at the media lounge. So we're going to have all of these tanks, one of them hopefully scaped by MD Fish Tanks. Not certain, but hopefully he's going to do one. We're doing one. Jason and Joanna are doing one. They're all going to be done by people that you know. I think Will Nace is doing the reptile one. The saltwater guys, I think. Well, there's been some names mentioned, but I don't want to obligate people to it, and then you show up thinking they're going to do it, and then they don't.
I just had a thought. It's going to be so confusing if you, Mark, Jason, and Rob are all turned around. I'm not going to know whose bald head it is.
You're not going to know which butt to grab.
Oh, I was.
Well, I think Mark.
I'll be careful not to grab the wrong one.
Mark and Jason, all due respect to Rob, I love that guy, but Mark and Jason would be the two that are probably in the best shape. So they'd be easy. Mark is a much more fit guy, where Jason is a big bodybuilder guy. Rob and I are the more normal. So you probably get Rob and I confused. But anyway, what are we talking about here? This is ridiculous. But have fun with that, by the way, because she almost did smack the butt of Jason Adams a couple of years ago.
That was like in
Thinking it was me.
2019.
What are you going to do? I mean, anyway, this just got weird.
It did. It got
So
real weird.
there's also what we want to do is have some couches in there for people to relax. What's happened a lot in the past is there will be people just kind of sitting around eating their meals at all of the empty tables at the YouTube booth, which they're not breaking any rules by doing that, but it's kind of like, oh, so that's, our booth is now like a cafeteria, and we want to get away from that. We want it to be more obvious what's going on. There is not going to be a stage this year. In the YouTube booth, there's not going to be a stage. There's going to be the main stage. I'll be doing a talk. Jason's doing a talk, but not in the media lounge YouTube booth. There's not going to be a stage there anymore, which is good because
What was that?
I'm going to guess that was one of the cats, but I'm going to check. So start talking.
Oh. Well, I would talk to you guys in chat, but I don't have chat anymore for some reason on my phone. But I'll look at John's. Anyway, John's outside checking because there was a really bad noise outside, and we think it was one of the cats. And that's really not unusual because they like to visit us when we're in the fish house at night. It's probably Jasper. Is it Jasper?
Jasper or Gerald.
Yeah. Maybe you should put the lock on the door.
It's not a person. It's a cat. They're
You
both out
never
there.
know.
I tried to pick up Jasper to bring him in to say hi, but he ran away because he thought it was time to eat.
I think he's still upset because I stuck that Seresto collar on him. He does not know how to act. He's like, woo, I am not a kept cat.
No stage. What's Ed do? Ed is going to be very busy because that's what he likes to do.
Are we going to play cornhole this year?
I believe so. And I believe we're trying to get it to where all of the cornhole matches will be show attendees with us, which will be a whole lot of fun too. And here's the thing. Here's what I didn't talk about. I can't go into details about it yet because nothing's been 100% written in stone confirmed. But this is what I understand. Please do not quote me on this. Do not take this as gospel. But I think it's what is going to happen. All of the tanks that we scape, all of them, not just the ones that we do, but all of the ones that are there in the media booth, which will be 8, I think, are all going to get auctioned off at the end. So from what I understand, it's going to be a silent auction. It could be, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to be done. We don't know this for certain, but that's what's going to happen. So we will be scaping the tanks on Friday, and then that way they're ready for the whole show, all of that. So yeah, it's going to be cool. It's going to be a great place to hang out, relax, do whatever it is you want to do, instead of it being a cavernous, wide-open, cafeteria-like environment. So
Cool.
I'm super, super excited about that.
It's coming up so fast, too.
I know. It's less than a month away now.
I know. Oh, do you want to talk about the next event we're going to go to?
I confirmed that last week.
Yeah. Oh, on the stream?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody wasn't watching.
I was watching. I was just so busy, like, timing people out and stuff. I was like,
There was a lot of shenanigans last week.
I was ready to. I was like, time out, time out, time out, bam, time out, time out, time out, bam, time out, time out, time out, bam.
She was good. All of the mods helped out a
Oh.
lot last week.
Thank goodness
And-
for Melissa Woods World and Zen. And Eric Furlow stepped up too.
I hope the people who did all of that, by the end of that stream, were like, oh, wait, that was kind of wrong of us to do that.
No, they
Like,
didn't.
this guy is not the villain that we thought he was.
Let's not
Who cares?
talk about that. You're going to
Yeah,
offend
I
someone.
don't want to talk about it anymore. The Aquatic Expo, that's the official name of it, right?
Yes.
In Charlotte, North Carolina, in June. We will be there.
Yes.
It is confirmed, 100%. We will be there. And to my knowledge, I will not be doing a talk. which, listen, I love getting up on stage and talking. It's a lot of fun. I like the sound of my own voice. I think we all know that.
He does.
It is a stressful thing, though. And it's one of those things that when it's done, it's this huge relief because I don't have to worry about that anymore. It went well, or maybe it didn't go well, or whatever. I don't think I've had any where I've been like, wow, I bombed. But I don't have to worry about it anymore. And so if I go into an event like that and I don't have to do one, it's kind of like I'm just going there to have fun and relax and enjoy myself. I enjoy myself a heck of a lot at Aquashella. I absolutely do. But there is that added level of stress. And I've been begging Aquashella for this will be the 8th Aquashella in a row that I've done a talk at, and you did one with me.
That bombed.
No, heck no. That was good. It's available on our channel for channel members.
I don't know. It's the
can
first
watch it
time I
right
ever
now.
did something like that. So I was nervous.
It was fun. I enjoyed that one. But 8 in a row I've done. And it's always been on Sundays. Like last year in Chicago with Jake, it was on Saturday, which was nice.
Oh, yeah.
Humongous highlight of the weekend for me for a lot of reasons. But this year this show, they gave me a spot on Saturday. The whole thing with the worry and the anxiety of I'm getting ready to do that talk. If I do it on Sunday, it's something I carry all weekend, the whole weekend. And then when it's finally over, the show's over if I do it on Sunday. Whereas if I can do it on Saturday, the majority of the show, I get to get that burden off my shoulders. Saturday at 2?
I think it's 2.
I think it's 2 too. So,
2
yeah,
2.
2.
2.
So that's very exciting. Charlotte in June, Dallas in May, Daytona Beach in November, right? November.
Yeah.
Very
It'll be
exciting.
a lot of fun.
Now,
I can't wait to go to the Charlotte one just because we don't have to fly. Yay!
I
And
hate
you can
flying.
drive, and I can just do nothing while you drive. It's my favorite thing in the world. And just look out the window and sightsee.
Pardon my language. My ass.
What?
Look out the window. This is what she does the whole trip.
Huh? And I look out the window when I'm caught up.
Got to tell the story 34 minutes into this stream
About the zombie fish.
about our zombie fish. I'm actually looking at him right now. This is a real story, folks.
Yeah.
I will be touching on this very briefly in Sunday's video. And I'll actually be able to show you the fish in the video, whereas for this stream, I'm not prepared at the moment to show you this fish. But what I'm about to tell you may be offensive to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised because the story that I'm going to tell you right now is going to make you so disgusted at me that you're going to think, how in the world does this guy make a living talking about aquariums?
It's okay. You do that a lot.
Thank you. So here's what happened. This is the reason why we have a fish that has returned from the dead. It's because of me. It's 100% my fault. I wish I could blame her because that makes things in life so much easier. But I can't. It's my fault. What day was it? It was Saturday because CJ was here.
Okay.
Last Saturday, we moved
Oh, yeah, it was.
the final tank in this new rack system that I'm building. Finally moved it on Sunday from one side of the room to the other. And I, in that tank, have 4 fancy goldfish and 2 white cloud minnows. Did you see the thumbnail? You know which one this is going to be about. So, one of the glorious things about goldfish, particularly fantail, fancy goldfish, they are derpy, slow, you could practically, I've never tried, but you could probably catch them with your bare hands. Just reach in the tank, pick them up, and put them in the bucket.
Yeah.
They're the easiest fish in the hobby to catch. White cloud minnows, not so much.
They're like Danios.
Yeah, they're everywhere, super fast. Remind me to talk about Danios later. I have a little update about that I found out at about 11:30 last night about Danios. I couldn't catch the white clouds. There's a lot of things in that tank to maneuver the net around, so what I decided to do was let the water go down quite a bit. This is not the bad part of the story. So when the water was down to about an inch, that's when I took the net, I caught one, brought it over to my bucket, which I had sitting on this table that we're sitting at, walked over to my 5-gallon bucket, put it in the bucket, then went back over, caught the second one, brought it over to my bucket, put it in the bucket, set the net on top of the bucket, not for any particular reason, that's just where it ended up, laying on the top of the bucket so that the net is hanging down into the bucket. And then I left them there while I did all of the work. I said that wrong because we did the work, but what I'm saying is while I disconnected the filter and, disconnected everything, and then this lovely lady helped me carry the tank from there to there.
It was really heavy.
It was a flawless operation. It went very smoothly, very easy. Brought it over there. We put it in its place. Started the filling process, no problem. And then our youngest, CJ, showed up.
Afterwards.
This is not, no, he was here for this thing that happened.
Not when we moved the tank.
Oh, yeah. If he was here when we moved the tank, he would have helped me move the tank. But we moved the tank, and then he showed up like a few minutes after that. It was almost like he timed it perfectly.
It's okay. I've been lifting weights, so I was fine.
It's obvious. So there's a lot of work happening in here. You're running around. We're running around. We're doing stuff. The tank's filling up. We filled it up pretty slow. To fast forward to the dramatic part, it was about 2.5 hours from the time that I took the fish, put them in the bucket, and then that bucket sat for 2.5 hours before it was time to put the fish back into the tank that was in its new location, fresh water, nice and clean. Tank looks as good as it's looked in a long time.
Fresh water,
beautiful.
Not dirty water.
No, definitely fresh water. So then CJ is here, and while I get to that point in the process where I'm putting the fish away, he is with me. Put goldfish in, no problem. I go, no, I'm telling the story completely wrong. I put the bucket right in front of the tank. I pick up the bucket, and my thought is I'm going to do the goldfish first because, again, it's just like it's super easy. I'm going to do the goldfish first, and then I'm going to do the white clouds. And if I have to, just pour the daggone bucket in if I can't catch the white clouds.
Makes sense.
The second I pick up the net, I see something go bloop and flip out of the net. I said, what in the world was that? I look down on the ground, and there is, on the ground, a white cloud minnow. I don't like calling them white cloud minnows. I like just calling them white clouds because I don't know why. I don't know why that bothers me, but a white cloud. And these are the golden white clouds. I love them. Just like the one in the thumbnail that has the zombie head. So when I picked up that net, I didn't pick it up, dip it in the water, and then lift it up, and then the fish popped out. It was instantaneous. As soon as I touched the net, something flipped out. I'm sorry. I'm not going to hit you. I promise.
Okay. That hand was getting real close.
Dr. Ted is not going to get ammunition for his next video. If you don't know that story, just search Dr. Ted. You'll have all kinds of fun.
I think he was banned.
Yeah, he might not. He might have had all his videos.
He has a new name. He's probably has like 50 new names since then.
He made a video about how I abuse Lisa.
Oh, anyway. He made horrible videos about everybody.
Yeah, called me a pig. No, Zenzo was the pig eating spaghetti. Who cares?
He would make videos about pigs and doing different things, and he would put different YouTubers' names above it. It was
And I was one of them. I'm proud to say I was one of them. But anyway, I see this flicker out of the tank, and I wasn't paying much attention. It just, did I just see something? And I kind of look around, and there it is. One of the white clouds laying on the concrete floor, stiff as a board, and dry as a. Why do they say dry as a bone? I don't think bones are dry. I think all of mine are quite well lubricated, except in the joints. But this fish was exactly what you would expect to find a fish out of water. You've probably had this happen. I know we have, where you walk in and you're like, I forgot to put the lid on the tank and one of my guppies is on the floor, and you pick it up and it's like a stiff little fish cracker. That's how this fish was. And I don't know why I thought this. I don't know why I had this idea, because normally I would be like, well, I really screwed this up, and I would have probably, disposed of the fish appropriately. But for some reason, I guess it was the fact that when I picked up the net, it flew out of the net. I guess I was processing in my head that maybe it was a jerk reaction which made him fly, and maybe the fish is still alive. I don't know. But I just had this thought, well, let me put it in the water and see what happens. So I took this dry as a bone, just stiff as a board fish. I put it in the water, and I'm looking at it, and I scoop up the other one, which was still down in the water, put it in the tank, and he goes in, and he's swimming around like a normal white cloud does. This other one was just like bobbing around in the tank. And then I'm sitting there, CJ and I are both watching this fish, and after like maybe 30 seconds, it gives a little wiggle. And I'm like, what? And then it starts to kind of twitch. And as it's twitching, the fish just kind of gradually sinks down to the bottom and lands on the bottom of the tank, looking straight up, and keeps twitching.
Was he looking at you?
No, he was looking straight. Well, he might have been. I don't know. Their eyes are. So at this point, I'm thinking, well, this is even worse, because now this little fish is being tortured. Like, I'm watching this fish in absolute misery. The fish is in misery. I'm miserable too, but I've done worse. And I'm just watching it, and I'm like, well, you know what? We got a lot of things to do. We were getting ready to go out to dinner and stuff. We had to wrap things up. And I'm like, well, I guess we'll see what happens. And so probably 45 minutes later, before we left for dinner, I look in the tank, and it's no longer on the bottom. Now the fish is stiff as a board, kind of like not sideways laying flat on the surface, but kind of at an angle and still kind of twitching a little bit. And this is 45 minutes after. So I'm like, all right, well, let's go to dinner, and then we'll figure things out. Go to dinner. It's like 30 minutes away. Have a nice dinner. Come back. I come into this fish house.
I really didn't like dinner that night.
It wasn't very good.
It wasn't. It was a nice dinner because my son was there. Other than that, the food sucked.
The food was not as good as it usually is.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna say the name, because usually it's really good.
Yeah, usually
but that night really it wasn't.
Good. Really bad.
We come home. It's probably been, from the time the fish went back in the water, it's probably been 2 hours.
Could have been
maybe
longer.
Even a little more.
Could have been longer, because I was trying to get you to go to a fish store, and you're like, no, I want to play Fortnite.
That's 100% accurate. That's true, because CJ was home. He was staying the night. He was sleeping over. That's funny. And we wanted to play Fortnite. He played on my Xbox. I played on the PS5, and we got my 2 nephews. And, well, no, that was weird. Nephew and future son-in-law, not a nephew. And we played foursomes, and it was fun, and we had a good time playing Fortnite that night. But anyway, before we started playing Fortnite, I came out and looked at this fish, And I'll be damned if that fish wasn't swimming around the tank like nothing happened. And to this day, I just saw it. We only have 2 white clouds in there anymore. We started out with like 12, like 3 years ago, and I have not been picking dead white clouds out of that tank. They've just been disappearing. And there's 2 left, and both of them, I can still tell which one is the zombie. The other one has a very distinct shape, and you wouldn't even know it. You wouldn't even know that anything ever happened to this fish. It is bizarre.
I think it's the water.
Maybe it
Because
is.
I've had some similar issues with snails. I have a snail named Go,
He goes.
and he does go. He's gone a lot. And I've had to do so many things. Like I'll switch the lid around so he can't find that one little spot because I'll find him on the floor. Not only does he go on the floor, there's 2 cats in the fish room, and I have come in and he'll be on the floor. Or he'll be on the side of the nano tank on the table. And this has been probably 13, 14, 15 times. And I'll just take him and I'll put him back in the tank. Well, since turning the lid around doesn't help, adding floating plants doesn't help, I finally put like a little piece of a binder type thing on top just in that spot, and that has seemed to help. But Go has been dried up on the floor and put back in so many times. So let me tell you, I thought it was just nearite snails that did that, that were easy to come back. But I had a mystery snail a few days ago. It was in a fish tank that I have escaped and will be doing a video on really, really soon. But it only has snails in it. And I saw it kind of up at the top, but I didn't realize it was going to really try to get out. I thought that was just the Go doing that. Well, this mystery snail got out. And I came in the next day, found him on the floor, dried up, but he was closed up. So I was like, maybe he's okay. So I got a little bit of tank water and put it in a cup and I stuck him in it and he did move. So I was like, okay, it's safe to stick him in the tank then. Because I didn't want to stick a dead snail in the tank and then it'd be gross. So I guess the moral to this story is if you ever find one of your snails on the floor and it doesn't have like hair all over it and stuff, I would just try it. Like get a container and put some of your tank water in it and stick it in it because it might not be dead. There's a chance it could be alive. So don't just like give up on it right away. Give it a chance. And with me doing that, it's worked every time. I have not found a dead snail on the floor. I haven't. Anytime I find one, I just try to bring it back and it works. It's like they save up all their energy in the shell and they're like, we're alive.
Go is a hilarious snail. He
love
was featured in the Fritz Aquatics video, #1 video on their channel, by the way, featuring this young lady here. I mean, it's true. I'm stating facts. It's just a fact is a fact. Yeah, Go has been in a lot of our videos. I have to shard out.
Shard. Yeah, go, John.
I don't want to do that, Mark. I promise, because
Please
that's
don't shard.
gross.
Don't shard out.
I need to shout out because I didn't get to this last week because I had a pretty important topic last week. Mark Kometz placed an order during the stream tonight. And that's something that I should have announced in the beginning. So let me explain something very, very briefly to y'all. There is a lot of stuff on our website that was out of stock. And the reason for that is quite simple. One of our distributors that we buy a lot of our stuff from is in the state of North Carolina. They're having an open house next week. And it was going to be we were going to it, but now it's just me going to it. They're running all these huge, gigantic sales during that event. So I was trying to hold out until we went to that show and got all of these special deals, and you just take the stuff home with you instead of having to wait for it to be delivered and all of that. But there were way too many things out of stock on our site. So I I did get a large shipment of stuff today. It all went up on the website, and it's there now. So, and Mark actually did not buy any of those things that were out of stock. He bought two absolutely amazing plants. So very exciting about that, or very excited about that. So there you go. And sorry to the people who ordered last week and I did not shout them out because, or didn't shark them out.
Thank goodness you didn't shark them out.
I apologize about that. But yeah, those things are all back in. Not 100% of everything is back in stock.
Stephen P. said, charts are usually a surprise, never pre-planned.
It's very true. I mean, and trust me, Mark Kamitz doesn't want anything to do with a chart from us. I promise.
Us? You?
You're part of this. I mean, whether you like it or not, you're a part of this thing.
You're the one that talks about charting, not me. But I want to do a shout out to somebody today. Well, not today.
I'm sorry. I was talking to myself.
I know. Anyways, I want to do a shout out to the Smallscape. The Smallscape, see? That would be Joanna Adams, if you don't know who that is, from Primetime Aquatic. She has her own channel called The Smallscape. She has 19,400 subscribers, and she is so close to 20,000 subscribers. And she said on the stream last night that when she gets 20,000 subscribers, she's going to do something super fun. And I think it might be a giveaway, but she didn't tell me that. But if it's a giveaway, you guys better watch out because I'm going to get in that.
And whatever she wins all the time.
But anyways, I just love Joanna. So if you like little scapes and tips on doing little scapes and you just like stuff like that, or if you watch Primetime and you like Joanna, go check out The Smallscape because she's awesome and I really like her. She's one of my good friends.
And listen.
One of my goodest fish friends.
Goodest, for sure. Don't just go over there and subscribe because we tell you to.
No.
Those subscribers are fake, and we don't like that. Go over there, check out.
But do it for me.
Check out The Smallscape. Joanna is a nutcase.
No, she's not.
She is a nutcase in a funny way. I mean,
oh, yeah, she's funny.
She is, and it's hilarious. And she's adorable to watch. She's amazing at scaping tanks. And so you can learn a lot from that channel. And if you do, and you like what they do, then make the decision to subscribe. Don't do it because we tell you to.
No, I think you should just subscribe. And then you can check out her channel. And then you can be like, wow, Lisa was right. She's really awesome. Don't listen to him.
She's wacko. But that's what makes her fun.
She's very genuine as far as her wackiness. And she's a twin.
I know, and we met her twin, and she's just as wacky.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
They're hilarious when the two of them are together.
Yeah. All
right. Just got some volcano tetras from them. Nice. Yeah, they're selling a lot of fish at the old swaps. Finsanity came in before the stream even started and said self-policing for picking the NFL draft over KGT, but the plants were amazing. Yeah, I sent him some plants this week. He put in a rather good size order for some plants.
I'm really disappointed because she's still at 19,400 subscribers.
Well, we don't even have enough people in the chat right now to get her up over the 20,000 mark. So
that's true. You guys should share that out.
The only way we can get people to watch the stream is if I'm mad and talking about some kind of drama, which I'm not going to do that every week because I'm not that guy. Janice Lefevre put in an order for a female beta, so that's going to be your new best friend. Yeah. Sean Paul also put in an order, so thank you for both of those people. Christopher Hill re-upped his membership tonight. It's so cool to see that happen during the stream. High Performance Trucking, the sound is horrible today. Oh, thank you for that. Yeah, we kind of know, and don't know why.
What?
I don't know why the sound... Well, I know why the sound is horrible now, but I don't know why it was horrible there in the beginning. It's going to be one of those deals where we just disconnect everything, hook it back up again, and it'll be fine. but
Probably.
can't do that because it would disconnect the internet, and then this party's over. So anyway, Kevin Eulery, I think I said your name wrong, and you explained to me how to say it, and I already forgot because I'm a spacehead. Can't wait to see the beta you have selected for me, like the old days. Yeah, that was he ordered a rescue beta
Oh, yeah.
today.
Wait, I'm sorry, I had a brain too. Who?
Kevin Eulery. I'm sorry, Kevin.
Oh,
I'm
he
sorry.
did yesterday. We talked on
Was it yesterday?
Discord. Yeah.
She'll get a good one for you.
No, I already told him which one.
Oh, well, there you go. Sleepy Flippy. Sleepy Philippi. I think that's how you say it. Became a member. Welcome to the team. Join the Discord. Do that. It's fun. Melissa Jeswold, I really like this setup. The gap between the aquariums makes a line. Looks great. It's funny.
I know this ad.
I don't mind sitting next to this one. I got my hand on her leg right now. I don't mind that at all.
Oh,
Master Aquatics, just call me Eduardo. Make it easier.
Eduardo.
Gifted 5 KG Tropicals channel
Aw.
memberships. Look at that.
Thank you. I hope to meet him. I hope he goes to the Aquashella in Florida this year, because last year I didn't go, so I didn't get to meet him.
He was like pushing down walls, putting his hands through the walls. He was so mad that you were not there that time he was there.
Stop.
I thought they were going to have to call the police. He was like
Stop.
losing his mind. He was so mad that you weren't there.
He is too sweet to do that.
Stephen P., because he's so awkward, sorry to have to miss Aquashella Dallas this year, going to Disney World with the family the same week.
Wow.
Well, I think that's a no-brainer. Sorry
Yeah.
to George and Sean and all of the other amazing people over there at Aquashella. I think I would probably pick that too, just saying. But, if you had scheduled the Disney trip a little better, you would have only been an hour from Daytona Beach in November. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but you know what? His kids are going to be happy.
Yeah. And make sure you go to Universal and go to Harry Potter Land and let me know how the Hagrid ride thing is, because I really want to go on that. And someday I'll get to go there. Leslie Perry, since I bought Hudson, I've added lots of plants to his tank. Is it normal to have 0 nitrates? He's absolutely thriving, but doesn't he need fresh water every so often, even if the parameters are good?
Yeah, do water changes.
That
Not trying to start drama, but do water changes.
that goes back to
You don't
the
have
topic.
to do it all the time. I mean, for a beta, just one beta, do 10% once a week or every other week,
And listen, I mean, if your parameters don't call for it, I'm sorry, there ain't no need to do one. The fish is happy. The water parameters are good. The water is clean. Your tank doesn't look like my Oscar tank looks right now. Then, hey, why do it? Unless you just like doing water changes, then do it. It ain't going to hurt nothing. But yeah, I mean, if everything's good, leave it alone. It's my motto anyway. High Performance Trucking, again, I'm home for the first time in a long time, so I'll take a picture of all the fish and put them on Discord.
Oh, yeah.
That's perfect. That's
Definitely.
what Discord is for. And then he came in and said, wow, I've been a member for 11 months. I'm sorry, I have trouble reading on Thursday nights. Doesn't seem like more than 5 months. Time flies, like I said when we first started. It's already been a week since I sat there and had that talk.
Silver Creek Aquatics said, I tried joining Discord, but it's blank. Is it just me? So what you do is you go to settings and you join the YouTube thing, right, John?
Yep.
There's a thing where you can set up YouTube.
You have to connect your YouTube channel to your Discord.
Yeah, connect YouTube so that Discord knows you're a member. It's the best way to explain it.
It's very easy to do. Yeah, just go to the profile and then it'll say, what is it called on Discord? I forget because I'm stupid. But it's very easy once you go to your profile to connect your YouTube channel to it, and then it can decipher that you're a member. If you are not a channel member, and you join, the screen will be all blank like that. It'll give you the appearance that you've entered the group, but you won't be able to see anything. That's how you know that your YouTube channel is not connected. So there you go. And if you struggle to figure out how to do it, just Google connect YouTube channel to. That's what I did when I first got Discord, and it's literally like 2 or 3 clicks, super easy. Stephen Martinez, I was wondering if y'all would be there in Charlotte. I'll see you there in June. Awesome. Yeah, that happened. Uh, yeah, looking forward to that. That's a show we have not been to before, so I'm excited to see something new.
Yeah, me too. Because a lot of people from the Raleigh Aquarium Club is going to be there. So, and that's a really awesome club to go to. Speaking of which, if you're in the Raleigh area, their meeting is next Thursday, first Thursday of every month in Raleigh. It's at the veterinary school at the college, and it's set up so awesome. There's like fish tanks there, and there's just a lot of really good people there, smart people, awesome people. You can learn a lot, and it's just a great crowd. Everybody's so welcoming and nice, and they have auctions afterwards, and it's a lot of fun. I haven't gone the last 2 because grandbaby and all, and anyways, I'd love to go next week. I'd like to try to go next Thursday, but it's going to kind of depend on a appointment that's going to be that day too. So we'll see.
Kevin did it again. Came in and gifted 5
Aw,
KG Tropicals memberships. I don't know why this guy spoils us the way he does,
thank you, Kevin.
but he does, and that we are blessed to have you, Kevin, along with everybody else too.
Yes,
Don't get me
thank
wrong.
you.
I'm going to do Space City Goldfish, and then you have to do the plant of the day because people
Yes.
are asking for it.
Melanie, the person that got a brand new greenhouse that I wish I could show and like show it off for you because I really, really want that one. I'm so jealous.
I saw those pictures too, and yeah, that's very nice.
Super
And I'm
nice.
probably not going to be able to stop hearing about those pictures for quite some time. So thanks a lot. I've promised her that she's going to get one someday. And the thing that I was waiting to get, I did get. So she's next. So it's her turn to get that, and it'll happen. Space City Goldfish. I had a weather loach survive who escaped my pond. I found it wrapped in mucus, buried underneath the grass. Holy moly!
Yeah.
The only story I have that's even remotely similar to the White Cloud story was back when we had the shop. We had a common pleco. I walked in the morning, and there was a common pleco just sitting on the floor, like he was attached to the floor. And again, dry, stiff as a board. Pick him up, and he's just like one solid, nasty thing. But I put him in the tank. He was perfectly fine.
Apparently, you can't kill them anyways because it's like they overpopulate everything
It's true.
because they never die.
All right, do your plant of the day.
Ooh. Okay. I have 2 plants, and hopefully, I don't think I showed one of them, but just in case, I'll show it again because I really like it. First one I'm going to show you is the Alocasia cucullata. I think I said that right.
You said it's so cute.
It's spelled Cucullata. Cucullata. Isn't it cute? Can you see it? Because I can't even tell. You've covered my face up on the screen, so you could only look at yourself. Isn't it gorgeous? It's sort of like an elephant ear plant. I guess it's like another form of one or another name for one, and they get really, really tall. But I just love them. These are one of my favorite plants. And
Are these the ones that drip all over the...
if they get a little too wet in the roots, they'll drip a little on the tips of their leaves. That's okay. It just means they're happy. But we went to Virginia Beach to a really cool nursery, and I absolutely love it. It's called McDonald's, and they had them. They had so many plants. Like
It's a problem.
I could probably, I would like to volunteer working there, honestly. But I have a little tip in case, like, you're a coffee drinker or maybe you collect plants and you have plants, or maybe you have a friend that collects plants. If you get these lids from your coffee, like this is from Folgers, if you get these lids, save them. If you throw the container away, save these because I use them on my plants like this so that the water doesn't drain on the floor. It's free.
Like what happened on our brand new floor not a month ago.
Anyway, I would tell a funny story about what happened to Zen, but I don't think she wants me to tell her business. But her floor's got a little wet.
Stories.
Okay. This is a Thai constellation monstera that I got. And let me show you. Look at this. Look at the roots. Whoa. Look at the roots. Yeah, I got to repot this. But I got this at McDonald's too. Not the fast food place he likes to go to, but the nursery. So, yeah, it's awesome. They had a really good deal on these, so I was really excited to get one. It's a real... I do have a lot of plants that I can mention that I've been gardening and stuff. We've been doing a lot of gardening. And
That's how we found that place. I went there to get mulch.
yeah, he went there first. That's where he got the little terrarium thing for me. And then we went back. He said, we'll go back and get some more stuff for the yard. And I went into the plant section, the house plant section, and never made it to the
We didn't even buy a single plant for the yard.
Yeah, but that's okay. I got my house plants. But anyways, yeah, we've been doing a lot of stuff in the yard. He planted for me 2 dogwood trees that I picked out. And then I planted I wrote it down because sometimes I forget. The forsythia, the yellow bushes, I planted some of those. 2 butterfly bushes, 4 dwarf Alberta spruces, and 2 clematis, a purple one, and I got a white one to plant this weekend, and a peony bush. So I'm really excited about that. So.
See, the deal is with those things, I do the hardscape for her, and then she plants all the plants. Or bushes or whatever.
Oh, there's 4 other bushes, but I forgot their name, but they're really cute.
Jennifer Anderson came in and said, any sorority packs coming available soon? Thanks for the plant video, too.
Definitely in a couple weeks, I will have some more. And I know that Lady Rorschach was asking about a pink beta, and I told her to email me. I'm pretty sure I should have some pink ones. So. What?
I'm sorry. I'm watching the baseball game while doing this. That shows you how much I care about the NFL draft. The musical aquarist Hagrid's motorbike ride is wicked. So many surprises, and it's just plain magical. Yeah, I want to go on that really bad. I've been to Florida so many times, and last time I went to Disney was quite possibly probably 20 years ago. So
I've never been to Disney.
Well, we'll have to take the grandkids there sometime. That'd be fun.
They've already been.
Oh, well then it wouldn't be special.
Except the new one, the Izzy.
True. I promise she hasn't been yet. Janice Lundberg, I tried to add you to my Discord, but it won't let me in. It says for members only. Any help? Well, yeah, Janice, you probably have run into the exact same situation. You have to attach your YouTube channel to it. That way, Discord knows you're a channel member, and then they let you in. That's how it works. Forgot to mention Jen Anderson again, Melanie Prosser, and Deborah Evers also placed orders.
Thank you.
And I realized I had my phone sitting right next to the microphone when it was going ching. I promise I didn't do that on purpose, but that's the sound that Shopify, or the notification that Shopify sends out when you get an order. And that's our favorite noise in the whole wide world.
Except in the middle of the night, so I turn my phone off.
Yeah. And there are people that order in the middle of the night. And, and it's, you know, people on the West Coast that are up late is all it is. Um, yeah, it happens. It's like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. It's crazy. Kimberly Betke put in a $2 super chat, but I think she meant to do 20 because she typed in the box 20, and that's adorable.
Aw,
But
thank you.
either way, Kimberly, that is very nice of you. Thank you so much. You know, everything is, yeah, it's great. Thank you. Oinkmaster Supreme Forever. Do you have ever kept Brichardi? That's how I say it. Might be wrong. And if so, do you ever have a tank mate disaster with them? Also, do you have any experience plants pre-planted in moss balls? Pl- Am I
Oh,
misreading that because I can't see the whole thing? No.
I think
Plants pre-planted in moss balls. We haven't done those.
no. I think I've
Um,
seen that before though.
we have had Brichardies, but I have to make a what's the word I'm looking for? I have to tell you the truth about Brichardies. Love them. I've only ever had them with Brichardies. Never tried them with tank mates. Why? Because they're so cool. And see, that's the noise. They're so cool and they look so awesome in a group and they breed like crazy. Really no reason to have any other tank mates in there with them. So I'm sure there are some that you can, but we've never tried any. So it'd be hard for us to recommend which ones. So we struck out there. Sorry, Orange Master. I mean, both of your questions are like no and no.
Oh,
Andrew Meyer became a member. Welcome to the team, Whips World. No lyrics tonight. Think of Breaking Benjamin, guess it, and you win. Just take my money and keep being the super cool people you've always been.
oh, that's so sweet. Whip is awesome.
I mean, if I had to think of a Breaking Benjamin lyric, it would be the lyrics to the song Dear Agony, because that's my favorite Breaking Benjamin song, and it always will be. And I'm going to say something very controversial
Uh
to
oh.
all Breaking Benjamin fans. I think the Aurora version with Lacey Sturm is better than the original. Never thought I would ever say that, but I really do think that that's true. That noise you hear is Ashley Diavico. Hope I'm saying that right. And Jennifer Smith both
Oh,
put in orders. Thank you all so much for that. Just on a roll here tonight. It's fun. Leo 209 Aquatics Puffers rule. We need more plants, Tropica plants. Do you two like the Aquavitro line? Of course we do. Aquavitro is very, very particular about not being sold on websites. It is strictly a product for brick and mortar fish stores. That doesn't mean we don't like it, but that's why we don't have it on the website. If they allowed it, we would do it.
oh,
But that is a product that they are adamant is only available in fish stores. But yes, it's a good line. Um, I mean, what has Seachem ever done that's not good? For real. I mean, you know, and I'm sure you knew that Aquavitro is a line that is made by Seachem. It's owned by Seachem. It is a Seachem product with the
oh.
brand
I didn't know that.
Aquavitro on it. Yeah. It's a line that they made specifically for fish stores, and they just called it Aquavitro to differentiate that between um, that and Seachem. So
Huh.
there you go. Jay Fuller with a $20 no message super chat. That's a name we also see a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jay. You are the best. Ellen Horcher, yet another name we see a
I
lot.
love Ellen.
Hey, milestone message, just saying, hey, y'all. Well,
Hey,
hello to you.
and say hi to Jeff too.
Yes, do that. And I was going to say poop on him, but that's weird.
Yeah, don't poop on him.
Just for us, go to Jeff and say, that's it. And say that's from John. Brent Dean, hello from Canada. I like to say Canada because it's funny. I know it's Canada. Love to watch you guys. Can you suggest how many German blue rams to keep in a 40-gallon? And tank mates. See, Brent knows those are my two least favorite questions on the internet, but it's okay. I'm just giving you a hard time. German blue rams, are very small. Do you want to answer this one, or do you want? I mean, you haven't talked in a while.
The last time I had them, they got mad at each other because I don't think I did it right. So you don't want my advice.
They're deceivingly small because of their size. People think they can have 40 of them in a 40 gallon. I wouldn't do that. What I would do is do a handful of them. You may end up with that handful forever, or they might figure things out between them, and you might only be left with two.
And have other fish with them.
But yeah, as far as tank mates for them, they are, I believe, absolutely perfect for almost any community fish. They are cichlids. They're not over the top aggressive, but every single cichlid on Earth has a little bit of a nasty spell in them sometimes. Um, but usually they go very, very well with community fish. And I've always found German blue rams, they like to stay kind of low. So if you have some top fish up there that are swimming around the top,
Angels, like put some angels
yep,
in there.
they should be completely fine. And they're a great centerpiece fish when you have a bunch of community fish swimming around. They're just awesome. They're not very active. They just sit there and look gorgeous, and they say, yeah, we're in here.
They're super cute, and there's different kinds too. There's not just the regular German blue. There's the gold ones, and there's the
Don't get the balloon ones, though.
Bolivian.
Bolivians they are very different because they're very active.
And I think, aren't they a little bit nicer?
And they're a lot bigger. They're like 3 times the size of German blues. And they have the temperament of a Danio. You didn't remind me to mention Danio.
I have to say something though. There's somebody at the Raleigh Fish Club that has been breeding the black rams, and he told me that I could get some from him. So I'm actually looking forward to that.
There you go.
But what about Danios?
Well, but first I have to mention, if I am distracted, it's because my 360 is a total mess right now, and it really, really bothers me.
It wasn't a mess until tonight. What happened? Those little jerks.
The problem is the bikers, they just sit there, and then they decide, there's that huge pile of rubble over there. I'm going to swim through it, and it just scatters everything up, and it makes the whole tank look like a snowstorm. And if I'm being quite frank with you, it pisses me off. I'm putting gravel in that tank. Yes.
No, you're not.
I most certainly am.
Do it.
I'm putting gravel in it. It is going to be a gravel that I'm looking at 4 tanks as we sit here. I'm looking at 4 tanks that have this gravel in it. It's kind of that natural, smaller, neutral color, smooth, small pebble gravel. I'm putting it in there because I can't tolerate this anymore. This tank, it drives me nuts. And it's all every single fish in the tank's fault.
It's not my fault.
Every single fish that's in that tank is a big slob. Every one of them. Maybe not the Severums, but everybody else is a big, huge slob. And
can you imagine if you never water changed it? I'll
you
stop.
Are trying?
No, I'm just saying that would be really bad. It would look like diarrhea in there. Like the whole tank would be brown, like diarrhea or whatever. Well, I don't know. Yeah. But it would be really, really bad. Just because it's not like that stuff just dissolves.
And it's not like I can find a fish that will eat it. And the frustrating thing about it is I do a big water change in that tank, and I have a long piece of pipe with a hose on the end that I use to vacuum up all of the gnarliness in there. And literally 24 hours later, it's a mess again. It's impossible. And it's so frustrating.
And it's not like we overfeed them, because even when I feed them, I don't give them that much.
We feed them once a day. They eat very good. They eat very good quality foods, and they just poop it out. And it's all over the place. It's like looking in a toilet on taco night.
Big poopers.
Christy Ann as well as Michael Lawson both became
Leslie
members.
Perry said Chartwater. Yes, Chartwater.
It's very true. Christy Ann re-upped her membership. Michael Lawson, too, became a member for the first time. Welcome to the team. Whips World pooped on us because he felt bad that the Horchers hadn't pooped on us tonight. Leo 209 Aquatics, my local fish store has it. Was wondering if you guys ever tried the planted line additives. I do love the alpha and seed from them. Waiting on the 300-watt Aquatop. They did not have those, Leo, when I put in the order. We just got the shipment today. I ordered them, but their website was wrong, and they didn't have them. As well as Tidal 55s, which is the best-selling filter on our website. Yeah, so I'm going to have a word with that guy tomorrow. It's not his fault.
Melanie Holmes said red flint makes a really nice, very small gravel.
Red flint.
Red flint.
What is that, Mel? Is that a brand, or is that? I'm going to look it up right now, because when Mel, listen, no disrespect to anybody else, but when Mel says something,
we got to listen to it.
It's like, all right, I got to get right on that. I almost just typed into Google Melanie Holmes. What did she say?
Red flint. Is that Air Jordans? Aquarium sand and gravel.
It is indeed a brand.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The very best in aquarium substrate, performing above and beyond for over 100 years, naturally clean. Okay. I'm interested, Mel. Good job. Good looking out. I will check into that.
Yeah, thank you.
The stuff that I like to use that I've quite literally used for 30 years is just the stuff you can buy at any store, the big box stores. It is actually manufactured aquarium gravel, and it's brown. And I use that, and then usually what I'll do, if I'm doing like a 55, I would do like 2 20-pound bags, and then a 1-pound bag of black, and then mix that in. And it, so you get a little taste of black every once in a while, and it just kind of mixes it up, and it looks really good. I've done that more times than I can count. With that tank, I might just go all brown, but I don't know. My reluctance to do it has been, I don't want it to affect the color of the bikers. It does. I swear it does.
Don't swear.
But I didn't say a word. I just said I swear.
Okay.
John Michael Montgomery had a song called I Swear, and then another group.
Jerry Springer died today.
Yeah, he sure did. All of the high quality, wholesome entertainment he provided us, unfortunately, he passed. I don't mean to say that in a mean way. It is sad because, he is an icon, and he's no longer with us.
Yeah, he was funny.
Melanie DC, the one with the greenhouse, said, wait, what? 14 months she's been a member.
Nice. Thank you.
It flies. It's scary how fast it goes. Riff Waters, John, you were right about those Lumilights. They somehow make the fish look better than any other light I've used. Really got to see it to believe it. It's so true, Riff Waters. I'm so glad you said that, because it is. You just have to see it.
And if Evan Rifkin said that with all the tanks that he has, let me tell you, you want to see some amazing tanks, go to Riff Waters' channel and watch some of his videos, because his tanks are amazing. Like, I can't believe he doesn't have 20,000 subscribers already, too. They're just gorgeous, and a lot of them are handmade.
He's bought several Lumilights from us.
Oh, yeah.
Here's a funny story for y'all. We got 5 minutes left.
Oh, we do? Wow, it went
The
fast.
one, last week I talked a lot, and I mentioned Father Fish a lot. I mentioned Alex a couple times, and I mentioned Lucas Bretz a lot. Lucas and I have talked almost every day this week since then. So if anybody thinks that him and I are, we have beef, you're wrong. It's not true. He asked me yesterday, about what light I used in my studio tank because it looks really good. And I didn't want to tell him because I'm like, oh, he's going to think I'm trying to sell him something. But I said, hey, it's the Lumilite. I just got to be honest with you. You know, if you're looking into them, they're a little pricey. I have not kept that a secret from anybody. They're a little pricey. And he was like, oh, I need 14 lights. I'm like, oh, Lucas, when you see the price of this, you're going to see as much as Lumilights are my favorite in the whole hobby, as much as I love them, if I needed 14 lights, I don't know that I would pay
I think that's when I would just get the shop backlights.
And he does that a lot. Lucas uses a lot of those.
There's nothing wrong with it. I say that all the time. If you are on a budget, lights are the last thing you need to spend a lot of money on.
Yeah, it's like I have a delivery service. I need to buy 14 vehicles. Let me go buy 14 Escalades. Like, that's crazy. And that's the equivalent of getting the Lumilights when you need 14 of them. That's a lot to put out. But hey, if you can afford it, you're going to have 14 gorgeous looking tanks. So,
do we sell Massivore Delight?
We do not.
No. Sharon Jones Pierce was asking about that. Sorry, Sharon, we do not sell Massivore.
And it is not because we are opposed to it. It is just a product that I have yet to pick up. Because I'm a fan of all things Hikari. I'm not going to lie. Hikari, Northfin, Seachem, Extreme, we're fans of all of it. What I will tell you, who was it that asked that?
Oh, it was Sharon Jones Pierce.
Sharon, Northfin Carnivore. If you like Massivore, Northfin Carnivore, believe me, it's the pellet size is not as thick as the Massivore. It's a little thinner, more like an algae wafer, and a little bit larger. So thinner, larger, but it sinks at the same speed that the Massivore does. And that's why we don't sell Massivore, because we have Carnivore, and these are all words that are tongue twisters. Now, I did order today the smaller bags of the Carnivore from Northfin. I'm not sure. They have to ship it from Canada, so I'm not sure when exactly we're going to have that order in. But as soon as it gets here, we'll have the 250-gram bags, which is the equivalent of the 8.8-ounce bags from Hikari. We'll have those for you very, very soon. Within the next 2 weeks, it should be in. But that's that.
Mike Elliott was asking about the Danio story.
Danio story, got to tell it quick. I think I changed my mind.
Wait, so you don't want to tell the Danio story now?
No. I changed my mind about a fish I wanted. We have decided, because our power situation upstairs in our studio tank is a little bit limited. The heaters are something that shut down the power up there. When I put aquarium heaters up in the tanks, it shuts it. The breaker trips every time.
We didn't do a giveaway.
We can. Think of something. Think of a trivia question. We can do it the last second. So I started looking into cold water fish, and here's the thing. There is a fish that I've used B-roll footage of 100 times in our videos, and every single time I do it, people comment, what is that fish at fill in the blank time? Everybody wants to know about them. They're absolutely stunning, and they are called Goldline Danios. At least that's what House of Tropicals has them for sale as. Goldline Danios. They are stunning. I love them. They're amazing, but I can't find them anywhere. I was on the phone with Mark from Aquariums Unlimited last night, and he asked me, I told him what I was doing. We have another project that we're working on with him, and I said, he said, do you need any particular fish? Because I'm getting ready to put in an order. I said, Goldline Danios, because that's what I want for my studio tank. His suppliers didn't have them, but they had a Danio that is very similar, and when you see it, it will blow your mind, and he ordered those.
Nice.
Not specifically for me. Well, he ordered because I asked for them, but he ordered a whole bunch of them, which is really smart because when people see these fish in my studio tank, they're going to want them, and I'll be able to tell them exactly where to go to get them. What do you want to give away?
Oh, I already know what I want to say. Okay.
A 500 gram, the big bag of Krill Pro 2 millimeter. This is what we're going to give away right now. She's going to do it.
Okay. If you've been watching for the last couple months, you'll know the first person who comes up with the right name of my stray rooster wins this bag.
That is perfect. That's the perfect.
What is my stray rooster's name?
We have a rooster in our yard that does not belong to us. We know who it belongs to, and Lisa named him.
What did I name it?
What is his name?
I hope it's on regular chat.
It is on live chat.
Right? That's good, right?
Yeah, that's a great question. Whoever gets it, as long as they live in the United States, it's Leo.
Leo pictures?
Leo just won a giveaway.
That's okay. He's just lucky. All right. Sorry. Everyone else are losers. But Leo, sorry. You want to do one more giveaway?
No.
Oh. Can we? It's fun.
All right. So,
one is
because Leo just won, I'm going to give the second person, which was High Performance Trucking.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Lovin' Lucky Life.
Lovin' Lucky Life. I don't know how I missed that. Lovin' Lucky Life. This is a 500 gram, 1 millimeter Krill Pro. So it's going to be great for community fish, cichlids, things like that. Email me. Leo, you don't need to because you win all the time. I have your address. Any orders from our site all the time. That'll go out to you tomorrow. I promise, Leo.
Congratulations, Leo.
Lovin' Lucky Life.
Lovin' Lucky Life.
Email me, kgtropicals@gmail.com, and send me your information, and I will send this out to you tomorrow. And listen, folks, if you're looking in the chat and you see something different, I don't care. What I see right now is Leo 209 Aquatics, and then right below him is Lovin' Lucky Life.
And then after that was Victor Claudio, because he was so close.
If you see something different, I'm sorry. What we're seeing on the screen, 2 eyeballs are on it right now. Yeah. There we go. It would be very easy to look at it and say, Leo is a huge supporter of the channel and he orders on your site all the time. You're giving him favoritism. No, he was the first one to get the answer right. Yeah. So there you go.
We'll do another giveaway next week. If I'm not here, which I might not be, then John will do a giveaway. I'll remind him. What are you doing? Excuse me.
This is about a third of what we have to give away.
Yeah.
So there'll be North Fin giveaways in the coming weeks, and there's a whole other pile over there. That's not what you're going to keep, right? All that is what we're going to keep.
And I already gave some away, but yeah. I won't say to who.
It's coming, folks. So be on the lookout. Be watching the live streams. We will not do it at the 9:30 mark every time. We're going to hopefully not forget next time and do it very early.
Oh, sorry about that.
Time for you to say goodbye to everybody, lady.
Oh, yes. Okay. Well, thanks for joining us. And it was a lot of fun, even though the first 3-5 minutes was a major screw up. It was a lot of fun doing it this way, you think?
Yeah.
And thank you to the mods for helping out. We appreciate all of you so very much. And thank you to everybody that watched, super chatted, became members, donated memberships, lurked, participated in chat. Thank you very much. And thank you for ordering during the stream too. That's very nice of you to do. But John, we'll see you next week. I probably won't be here. There is something that I have to do with my daughter next week. But I maybe will be here the week after. So we'll see you next time. And don't forget to go subscribe to the Smallscape. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend and night. Good night.